Hey guys, I'm Neoma Corey.
Hey everyone, I'm Kiana Louise. Thanks for tuning in to yet another episode of CCNY Talk. We strive to keep you updated with the latest news around the CCNY community, as well as offer helpful tips for this semester.
This episode will take you behind the scenes of the most active week on CCNY campus. Of course, I'm talking about Lavender Week. There were scavenger hunts, movie screenings,
a talent show, a relaxation station, and the list goes on. We'll also feature a special story on our women's fencing team, an interview with one of CCNY's most beloved professors,
and I'll be interviewing students around the CCNY campus about the inspiration behind their style. But before we get to that, let's go to Destiny Simpson with our health tip of the day.
Thank you, ladies. For our nutrition segment of our health tip of the day, I'll be teaching you how to make delicious green smoothies. First, you'll need to pick a leafy green, like spinach or kale, which are both high in fiber and a powerful antioxidant. Second, you'll need to pick fruits, like green apples, pineapples, or grapes. A good green smoothie always consists of a 2-to-3 ratio of veggies to fruits. Throw them into a blender, pour it into a glass, and there you have it. Of course, you can always add small amounts of heart-healthy veggies like onions or garlic without ruining the taste. I like to add berries and mint leaves to modify my smoothie. Be sure to share your favorite juicing combinations on Instagram, #SameTV. Back to you, ladies.
You know, despite that off-putting color, that actually looks kind of tasty. Thank you, Destiny. Now, to start off our Lavender Week theme, let's go to Kiana for the scoop on our women's fencing team. Go Beavers!
The Lady Beavers with the Blades finished with their best record in the last 5 years, going 16-8, including a trip to the NCAA Regionals. The 16-8 record is a complete 180 from the 3-7 record they had last year. According to head coach Paul Ewan, we expected to have a very good season, probably the best season I had in my 8 years as a head coach. You don't want to have back-to-back losses because that'll just destroy the confidence. My team is very confident. Even though we accumulated losses early on, they were close bouts. We walked away picking up a lot of wins. The way we saw it, we were good enough to beat a lot of Division I schools. At the NCAA Regionals in March, Nazar Habbout stole the spotlight, finishing 12th in the regional finals in the Sabre event, just a few spots away from a shot at NCAA title.
To find out more about CCNY's women's fencing team, visit our Facebook page at CCNY SAME-TV.
We'll be back with more CCNY Talk after the break.
Welcome back to CCNY Talk. I'm here today with Balsan Sylvain, who's going to talk with us about NSBE. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Wonderful. So what exactly does NSBE stand for?
NSBE stands for the National Society of Black Engineers.
And are you a club or an organization?
I would like to say that we're a little bit of both, being that a club is more interactive with the campus itself. And as an organization, we have multiple levels that we operate under.
So what are the requirements to join NSBE?
There actually are no requirements to join NSBE. Anybody and everybody could join. Although our title is the National Society of Black Engineers, you don't have to be a black or an engineer to join NSBE because all skill sets can be taken advantage of and developed over time with NSBE.
What can students walk away with after joining NSBE?
After joining NSBE, we like to focus on 3 main points: academic excellence, professional development, and community outreach. So with academic excellence as an engineer in the State College of New York, I guarantee you will be lost somewhere, some way, somehow. And we as NSBE, we can definitely provide that sense of guidance for you. We can assist you, we'll be there for you, and we'll take you where you want to go, and we'll let you know exactly how to get there. As a professional organization, you will develop professionally, so you will know how to communicate effectively with executive members, whether it be within your campus or whether it would be outside companies and things of that nature. And you will have a sense of presence that's, respectable in a sense. So you'll definitely know you'll be able to project yourself. And so the last but not least, we have our community outreach. We like to be as involved with our Harlem community as possible. So, for example, I participated in a reading day event where we were out in the community of Harlem and we were advertising reading day.
So to sum it up, a student is pretty much going to be, after joining NSBE, is going to be ready to go when they get out of college. They're going to be confident in whatever jobs or careers they're seeking because you will have prepared them, right?
Without a doubt.
And then in addition to that, they're going to be able to, enjoy participating within your community, which is Harlem,
Most definitely.
and letting other people, outside of CCNY know that about NSBE and what you guys can do for them.
Most definitely. Welcome.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
How can we reach you?
We're located on the City College of New York campus, Grove School of Engineering building on the 2M floor. Our office room is 217. So there you'll definitely find our members in there almost throughout the day. And they'll be more than happy to have you. They'll tell you all about NSBE. They'll welcome you with open arms.
Well, thank you. And for more info on NSBE, please visit our Facebook page at CCNY S.A.M.E TV. Let's see what Naoma has for us.
Hey guys, I'm your host Naoma Corey, and right now we are on a mission to find some of the most stylish creatures here on campus. I'm talking all walks of life, so follow me as we go on this mission. And I had no idea that the CCNY faculty had so much style today. So we can start with you, Rhea. How would you describe your style?
Comfortable. One of the things that I really favor, especially when the weather gets nice, is I am a dress woman. I love to wear dresses. Please don't look at my feet. I got my sneakers on today because I'm kind of outside relaxing. But I just think it is a comfortable style, and it's definitely something that students can wear even to class. But if they're going on for those interviews for internships or full-time jobs, you know what? A dress, you may want to wear a dress in the summer, but we got to make sure maybe it's not as flashy as mine is. Something a little solid with a nice blazer, and of course prepared for that interview. That will definitely work.
I love how she answered my question and then gave me a tip at the same time. That's really cool.
My style is a little bit more geeky. Steve Jobs, one of my greatest mentors.
That's your style icon. So is Steve Jobs your style icon?
Well, not totally, because he normally wears a turtleneck and jeans. So, one of the things as being the director, you have to have an image. I'm going to a ton of meetings, more meetings than I want to, but, this is why my style is like this. Friday's supposed to be comfortable, but you throw on that little blazer, that Oxford shirt with those jeans, no ripped jeans, full color, to just in case. You might have to go meet with a chancellor. You might have to go meet with the president, and, you want to still be taken seriously, so.
That's what I'm talking about. How would you describe your style?
Just sort of eccentric, maybe a little laid back. It sounds sort of opposing, right? But I don't know. I just wanted to be a little interesting. I didn't really think about it too much. I had certain pieces. I have certain pieces that I just alternate and put together whatever I feel like doing.
It's effortless. There's just nothing to think about. It just kind of change clothes and go.
Yeah.
I like that. We couldn't help but notice you two from across the street. I mean, you guys are really coordinating. I like these patterns you have. Do you guys plan this?
No, this was a coincidence.
Yeah, we work at admission, so we just have to be dressed formally. Well, I was running late, so I just took the first thing that I saw.
You did pretty well, if you ask me.
Well, I was brushing my teeth, and then I kind of looked at my pile of clothes and took what was on top of it.
I get the whole goddess vibe from you. I get the royalty. So, can you describe your style for us, or is it just that?
I don't even know what my style really is. I just sort of wake up and put things on. I mean, I think because my mom is very organized and very regal, so I got that from her.
That's what I'm talking about. Do you have a favorite trend this spring? A favorite style, anything?
I like to not be cold. I don't like not being comfortable, and I don't like the idea of exposing yourself just so people think you look cute. I feel like I look cute when I'm comfortable.
You guys look great together. How would you describe your style?
I don't know exactly. I guess it depends on the day. Right now I'm dressed for work. Usually it's lazy, bum, kind of casual.
What's my style like? I would say this is kind of like casual as well. We dress up a little bit just because we do tours here. I mean, a lot of people like to dress in like dress shoes and like the pull like the formal pants, and I don't really do that. So this is more like a casual look, but it's also not like bummy, you know. So that's what I was going for.
That was so much fun. I'm glad to see so many CCNY students don't have a problem expressing their style through their wardrobe. It's so beautiful.
People surprise me every day with what they wear. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but it's always fun, you know? And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, let's go to Eden Martinez covering one of CCNY's most anticipated events, Lavender Week!
Thank you, ladies. Eden here on the CCNY campus for Lavender Week. Let's see what all the fuss is about.
Like the whole entire college campus is like united together over free food, which is always great.
I'm about to get cotton candy very soon. Got free ice cream, free nachos, there's churros, and there's fun and games everywhere.
Let's go. We got performances coming through this way. We have to make sure that they check our wristbands. Sir, do I have my wristband on?
Yes, you have your wristband on.
Look at that guy. School Spirit 101, right there. Everyone has their wristbands. You got it? It's cool?
Yes, cool.
All right, cool.
Your image of me is what I hope to be.
Summer came like cinnamon, so sweet. Little girls double dutch on the concrete. Pero que maquilla la desantoja para poner a la gente a gozar.
All for the money and respect. Yeah. Monkeys in my sack, guerrilla warfare. My gorillas all here, chilling in a villa with some women. Oh yeah, sipping on some liquor. Everything is cold shit.
Thank you, Eden. And for the last portion of this episode, Kiana and I had the opportunity to speak with a CCNY professor who has captivated and inspired many students.
I first got involved in it when I was actually in high school. I went to a high school where there was a program that worked with junior high school students. And basically what we did was we took students who were from local inner city areas and we brought them up to the school, and during the summer we would teach them courses of our choosing. So sometimes it would be physics, sometimes it would be Brazilian history, sometimes it would be cartooning, sometimes it would be hip hop. And in that experience, I loved the opportunity to engage with young people and loved the opportunity to challenge thoughts and ideas. And I started out in college. I went to Morehouse College and I thought I was going to be a lawyer. And soon after exploring the law more, I realized that it just bored me. It wasn't what actually floated my boat. But being in a classroom and being in a place where you can dynamically argue and you can challenge each other and you can read material was something that I loved. And so choosing the field of education for me has really been about continuing a process of learning myself, because I'm constantly reading, I'm constantly writing, but also challenging folks to think critically. Because I think that a college education is probably one of the most valuable things anyone can get. And what a college education fundamentally prepares you to do is to think critically, right? You may major in engineering, you may major in art, but in all of those areas, you learn how to think, you learn how to be critiqued, and you learn how to act. And I think that's what's so important about education. Probably the first thing is that college is not high school, right? You got to college because in high school you did well. You may have been on the honor roll. You may have been class vice president. You may have been the hottest stuff where you come from. College respects all of that, but college is not simply hanging your hat on what you've done before. If you've never received a C before and you get your first C in college, the response shouldn't be, I've never had a C before. It should be, all right, I've got a C. How do I earn that A? In order for you to succeed at college, you really have to work consistently. In high school, you often, turn in your work or get to writing a paper the night before. In college, that becomes a recipe for disaster. I spent my first year of college trying to act like it was high school, trying to use my smarts and trying to use the last minute to actually work. I had so much free time that I wasn't actually doing work. So if I had to tell a college student something, it would be, one, spread out your work across every day. You only have classes 3 days a week or 2 days a week. You should be working 6 days a week. The second thing I would say is absolutely expand your boundaries. I learned the most outside of the classroom in college. I had great professors, I had great classes, but it was the people that I met that really mattered. It was the conversations I had in the student center. It was the conversations I had in a dorm. It was the places where I was willing to be challenged on just life. You can go to class and not go to college. College is a complete experience in which you transform the way you think, in which you meet people that you would have never met before, and this is a rare opportunity. Most folks on earth don't get a chance to go to college, so when you have the chance, take full advantage of it. I think the most important part about my career is impacting lives. There are very few jobs where every day you get to come in and speak to 30 minds and say, okay, I want you to think about the world differently. I tell all of my students, if you walk into this class and believe a certain set of things and you walk out believing exactly the same set of things, one of us hasn't done our job. Either I haven't done my job as a professor or you haven't done your job as a student. In a space of learning and in critical engagement, you shouldn't think the same things. Your knowledge has to expand. Your knowledge has to be challenged. And I think that the unique beauty of higher education is that we're constantly in dialogue, and it's one of the places where you get really authentic conversation, where people can challenge you on ideas and you have to actually respond. Because sometimes, you'll go home and you'll tell your uncle, well, I'm not sure that, the reaction to Donald Sterling should have been this. And you've been like, well, it is what it is, right? And it is what it is a conversation I hear often around the dinner table, but that's not actually what it means to debate ideas to find better solutions. And so this is a training ground for me for better solutions. Yeah, one of the things that is a rare piece of information is that your professors are people too. Sometimes I'll be walking down 125th Street or I'll be on Dykeman Street and I'll see a student and I'll speak and they'll look like it's a dog walking on their hind legs juggling, and they'll be like, oh my God, Professor Lewis McCoy, how are you? I'm like, I'm good. Outside of teaching, I run an African Rites of Passage, and so I spend a lot of time working with young people of African descent on their identity, their growth and development. I play the djembe, which is a traditional West African drum. I do martial arts. I just came back from Tokyo, training with a master in ninjutsu, and I do all sorts of things like play softball. Whatever it is, I can to find balance. I also have a partner, so my wife and I do all sorts of fun things. Can't wait to see the new X-Men movie. But I have hobbies that run the range besides simply reading and assigning papers that I then grade and bleed out with comments.
And that's our show, everyone.
Thank you so much for watching.
We hope you had a successful semester.
Stay tuned with all things S.A.M.E TV by following us on Facebook and Instagram at CCNY S.A.M.E TV. See you next time.